Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and welcome to another episode of Newsround for Anfield Index. It is Monday, the 3rd of March, the start of the week, plenty to look forward to. We start with our normal question very shortly around how are we, but just the introductions as normal. I'm your host, Dave Davis, coming to you from the sun is actually shining right in Edinburgh, and it's not warm, but it's getting warmer, so we'll take it. Fingers crossed, it is nice, it is glorious wherever you are. And to be honest, it should be glorious, really, shouldn't it? Because of all the things that are happening at the moment, where we sit in the table, the games we've got to come, etc., etc. This weekend, though, it's strange when there's no Liverpool game, isn't it? Especially after we've had, what was it, 5 in 15 days back to back, that intense end to February. And now we come into March. Well, there's no game this weekend, wasn't there? And there's only 4 bloody international break coming up at the same time in the entire month. 2 with PSG, only 1 in the league, and a small matter of a Carabao Cup. But the weekend, I enjoyed it. Maybe it's nice just to have a little break under everything, almost the eye of the storm, you could call it a little bit somewhat. But the games come thick and fast from now in for a short period before that annoying international break, as we say. So this week coming up, plenty on the docket, isn't there? No two ways about it. That when you look at this, and I am looking at it, the games, PSG in just over 2 days' time, Wednesday evening, followed by Southampton at Anfield, Saturday, 3 o'clock. And in a bizarre way, because of where you'd expect the fixtures to go in terms of getting us on the telly, the normal things, the way fixtures could move as well, could well be our very last Saturday, 3 o'clock game. I like Saturday, 3 o'clock. It just sits well, but I know not everyone is a fan of it. So, yeah, I mean, the other thing just to say for this weekend as well at the same time, just have a standstill of that league table. We are still 13 points, 3 points clear of Arsenal. Just a beautiful thing to look at, really, isn't it? Yeah, 67 points. They are on 54, having played a game less. And interestingly, when you start to divulge the fixtures or get into it, their next game, I don't know if this may be as fearful as we'd hope, but not that it's fearful is the right word, but away at United. Now, here's a thing that not a lot of people have clocked. People keep talking about this gap as 13 points. This coming week, Liverpool go first. As in, we are Saturday, the 8th of March, 3 o'clock. They are Sunday, the 9th of March. That United-Arsenal game is Super Sunday. You'd expect by the time we kick off, or they kick off, in their game, 16, a gap of 6 points. That is absolutely massive. And we'll only have 9 games left to play. So the pressure could absolutely be piled on Arsenal by that game. And I know people will say, yeah, look at United under Amorim, and not disagreeing with that at all. But just to be 16 points clear of Arsenal by the time the weekend finishes, maybe we're getting ahead of ourselves at the start of the week. But so much to like with this. A lot to look forward to. Now, contracts. They're a bit of a buzz. And I know some of you, as I'm saying this, are going to be giving it the contracts have rumbled on. I'm bored by the contract situation. When is something going to happen? I've got the same question. When is something going to happen? Because even this week, and if we look, this came out on March the 1st, so a couple of days ago on Saturday. You can see it there. David Ornstein, we all know David Ornstein, joins Lewis Steele from the Daily Mail, Sam Wallace from the Telegraph, in this sort of, I don't know what you call it, noise, assumption, whatever you want to describe it as. But importantly to say that the noise coming out of Liverpool is that Salah and Van Dijk are expected to renew, but there's big question marks over Trent Alexander-Arnold. That's 3 big journalists in a week that have given the same story, briefing, however you wish to put it, which I think will start to form the majority of people's expectations. The only other side to it is, when's this going to start to gain traction? We are in March. These guys have a few months left on their contract. We don't want it to derail anything else, but you do just start to have a few questions, don't you? It's like, what is the holdup? What is taking so long? And maybe, as other journalists tell us, it will just come out of nowhere, but maybe out somewhere would just be nice at this point in time. Red Armchair supporter there saying the aim is to win by 20 points to match the number of league titles. When you get that, Red Armchair supporter, we're all starting to think, when is it going to happen? However, without wanting to give him too much credit, as Roy Keane said once on Sky Sports, it doesn't tell you on the back of the medal how many points you've won by. You are just a champion or you are not. Simple as that. But yeah, the quicker it's done, the better for us. And he also mentions there, for this, at this stage, the longer the players leave it, the stronger their negotiate position. That's absolutely true. And it's also a part of this David Ornstein article where he mentions that, and this is my phrasing, by the way, almost back pay, that these players have missed out on money from having this roll on so long. So that will come into the mix as well. And also, quite rightly, the best centre-half in the world, the best player in the world right now. They have got Liverpool by the short and curlies, as they should do. Yeah, we've just got to get those deals done. Storm Thomas saying there, what about the 3? That's exactly what we're talking about. And when we're talking about contracts now, we're not just throwing Ibu into the mix. We know he's been made an offer. The big story that came out sort of Sunday and is moving into today, Arne Slot. Liverpool, this I think is a big positive. Liverpool are apparently set to offer Arne Slot a bumper new contract. It'd be great to hear some more news on this week, wouldn't it? As it says there, package includes performance-based bonuses. Now, suggestions are in a few reports that Arne Slot, with the bonuses, earns around $6.5 million a year. No small change, but this is an elite coach. And let's also be honest, we know Jurgen Klopp earned far more in that regard. So this should in for a substantial financial uplift should the team maintain its trajectory. Money aside, the big part of this article and the others that are around it, by this summer, Arne Slot seems to join 90% of the Liverpool squad in having 2 years or less left to go on their deal. That, for me, is, I don't know how you put it, it's hugely important. We have to extend Arne Slot's tenure at Liverpool, don't we? It's that simple. You don't want him to go inside a few years. Now, this is one where it's a bit different. You would be more relaxed, but it would also be good just to, get that one boxed off. That list of Richard Hughes, Michael Edwards just grows by the second. Am I expecting anything to sort of be talking about next week on Newsround? Next. Yeah. So other thing just to mention, that this was funny and people go, why are you showing a Brazilian article? Just because Liverpool have a Brazilian account, which I found fascinating. So shout out to Liverpool Brazil News, who has a number of followers. An article that links back to Jonathan Northcroft, the Sunday Times. So shout out to Jonathan, we've had him on Media Matters many times. He said part of the reason that Liverpool looked against Ruben Amorim and how a football can just be sliding doors moments was just the sheer amount it would take to change the squad to his style. As per Jonathan Northcroft's article from Sunday, 400 million. Just have that sliding moment thought. 400 million and Ruben Amorim. Now, as I'm saying this, I actually think he's a good coach, a very good coach. You know, that might seem derogatory. He's at a club I can't stand. Bit of a joke of a club, really, at the moment, isn't it? There's no two ways about it. And it's not going well at all. But it's just funny how football can be those sliding door moments, can't it? So, yeah, Arne Slot, not Ruben Amorim. Let's get him renewed. Let's get him extended. Do you know what? Let's get them all done. Do you know what I mean? If I sound like the Godfather, let's settle all family business. It'll be great this week. But do I expect us to be talking about it on Newsround next week? I think you know the answer to that question. Dates for your diary as well. Important to call out. Naturally, you've got the fixtures, the Wednesday night, the Saturday 3 p.m. So get your schedule sorted for those. If you follow everything else closely, quite a lot going on this week. So Tuesday, double for you. There's open training from roughly about 12:30. Liverpool haven't actually confirmed the exact time yet. They've not put any of their schedule up annoyingly on YouTube, but about 12:30 tomorrow, open training. So hopefully we'll see everyone fit, everyone available, ready to go. And then tomorrow night, after they land in Paris even, there will be a player and there will be Arne Slot doing the press conference as per Champions League. So there's a double for your diary. And to any Reds that are travelling over to Paris, two things. Number one, please, for the love of all baby Jesus and Moses, stay safe. Yeah. And number two, as you always do, just look out for each other. Yeah. Please, anyone traveling to Paris, just stay safe that way. And then if you think about it as well, because of the other games on Friday, there will be Arne Slot's press conference. There'll be official bits coming up from Liverpool as well. AI content, because of that, we have got you covered out the wazoo. So even today, got 3 more pods coming up for you, as well as Daily Red as standard from Dave. We'll also have Media Masters at 1 o'clock with David Lynch to cover all the latest. We'll have a stat special. So this is part 1 of 3 for you coming out around areas of the team. So it'll be me and Dr. Bartz later looking at the midfield specifically. And then we'll have Red Alert as well, covering the month of February and the million things that happened. And because it's a normal week on AI, we're busy as ever. So there'll be a couple of Raws coming on the docket for you. There'll be the UP boys doing their thing. That'll be on the docket for you. Basically, any of your favorite shows will pretty much be covered. There will be a million things coming up. So we have got you covered with Jack to do the games. We got you covered with Gags Tandon as normal, doing the chat G&G as well. Will be on the docket. I'm going to miss someone off and someone's going to send me a nasty WhatsApp message. That's absolutely fine. They can do that, but we have got you covered all the way through this week. So plenty to look out for. But ultimately, let's turn back to the question I first asked you. We should be good. We should be seeing open training with players back from the little break, shall we say. Don't expect Conor Bradley back. Definitely not expecting Joe Gomez. So we'll see how they sit. But fingers crossed, touch wood, there's no more injuries. We should be excited about playing PSG in the style for this game. We should be excited about playing Southampton at home. I mean, trying to be as polite as possible, Southampton at home is the ultimate gimme in the Premier League you can get. It's a perfect fixture. It's just one to tick off. And just remember this to almost finish the week. By the time Arsenal kick off on Sunday, you would expect, and it's right to use that word, you would expect Liverpool to be 16, 6 points clear at the top of the Premier League. Maybe hope over expectation. It would be nice to hear some contract news, be it for the playing staff or just the staff themselves. We'll see what the week brings. Well, there we go, ladies and gents. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your week. On Monday, the 3rd of March, that was another news round for Anfield Index.